Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bethany and today we're going to talk about my very ambitious May TBR. So this TBR is going to center mainly around two readathons, one that's happening right now actually, but the first week of May, last week of April, and it is the Boookathon readathon that Keisha does. I think she usually has done it twice a year, so like in October and then midway, like in spring. This is the last one that she's going to be doing, at least for a while, and I've kind of wanted to participate in the past. It is a spooky middle grade, week-long readathon, and I think even the last one I had like a rough TBR picked out, but it just didn't happen. But this time I was prepared. I had my books picked out for a while, I had them checked out from the library, so I'm feeling pretty good about that one. I'm also going to read in that section a book that was on Keisha's favorites from last year. So in my last TBR, I talked about how I was going to choose one of my favorite booktubers and pick a book from one of their favorites from 2023. So I have one of hers on my list. And then the other section of my TBR is going to be based on the prompts from the Southern Charm Readathon, which is a readathon that Amanda at Book Lover Amanda puts on in May. This is the second year I think that she's done that, and so I'm really excited to be participating in that as well. So let's go ahead and get started. So for the Boookathon readathon that started yesterday, which was Monday. I don't know when I'm gonna get this video posted, but there's 3 prompts and then a group read. So the first prompt is something with a plant on the cover, and so for that one I picked Misfit Mansion, which is a graphic novel about like a house for horrors, a house for monsters, and this main character, her name I think is Iris. This is also my book for Read Like Keisha, for one of her favorites from 2023. So I have another book on my TBR that we'll talk about later that is also inspired by Keisha, but she did not read it in 2023, so I felt like that was cheating. So I picked this one, but just so you know, I have another Read Like Keisha book. So I'm excited to try this. I am going to try to do a vlog. I thought about just with this one, since I kind of did that with my Read Like Amanda book, but I think I might do like a whole Boookathon vlog. We'll see how that goes. But I am wanting to vlog my experience with this one in particular because I have had a hard time with graphic novels, or actually I've not really read a graphic novel, really. Like not really. Not a real one, and not for myself. So I like quickly read through one not too long ago to kind of preview it for my son. I didn't finish it. I just kind of, wanted to make sure it was good and age appropriate for him. But yeah, this is going to be a fun experience. I do struggle sometimes with wanting to read graphic novels, but since Keisha loved this one so much, I am hopeful that I will also love it. Okay, the next prompt is Boo in the title, so the letters B-O-O in the title anywhere. So for that one I picked The Boy, the Boat, and the Beast by Samantha M. Clark. I didn't say who Misfit Mansion was by, did I? Kay DeVault is who that one was by. I can't remember. Somebody said this was like Hatchet meets something else, and I was like, oh, that sounds really good. I love Hatchet. We in this house love Hatchet. It's like one of our favorite books, and so I thought that sounded good, but it has a little spooky element to it. So it's also short and looks like it has something fun. Oh yeah, some fun illustrations on the chapters. That is for my B-O-O or Boo prompt. I can't remember the wording on the last prompt, but it's something like a TBR veteran. That might actually be it. Or, you know, one you've been wanting to read for a while. So I don't have a very large spooky middle grade TBR, but I do own The Strangers, The Gravestone Secrets by Margaret Peterson Haddix, and I have been wanting to read this. It sounds good. I think it's like spooky, maybe some sci-fi elements or something. I believe it's about a family, like kids. Actually, I don't remember at all. Are their parents missing? Maybe? I don't know. Or something strange with their house? Or maybe they went missing? I don't really know. But yeah, it sounds good, and it has been one, I guess, that's on my TBR the longest, because I don't, like I said, I don't have a big spooky middle grade TBR, but I am curious to try this one. And the last one for that readathon is the group read, which is The Edge of In Between by Lorelei Severin. I'm not very good at those, so you know this. This one is, I think, a Secret Garden retelling, which it's been since childhood since I've read The Secret Garden, although it is on our list to read aloud soon, like in the next, like this month or next. So I also might be reading The Secret Garden this month. But yeah, this is a beautiful cover. And I know that, I think Keisha has already read it, so this is a reread for her, so she obviously really liked it since she chose it for the group read. So I'm looking forward to that one as well. Okay, now let's start on the Southern Charm Readathon TBR. So I don't have the prompts in front of me. I'm gonna try really hard to remember, but I might have to pause and remind myself what those are. I tried to stack my books in order, but there's a couple of books I don't actually have, and the first one is one of those. So the first prompt is Bless Your Heart, and it is an emotional or heartwarming story. And for that one, I chose The Hiding Place by Corrie ten Boom. It should be waiting at the library for me. I don't have it yet though. And I chose this one because Krista with Books and Jams is doing this year like a quarterly Christian read-along, and that is the one for May. And I've really been wanting to read that book. I think I've read maybe a short, like a children's book about her, or watched maybe a series, I don't know, but I mean, I definitely like know who Corrie ten Boom is, and I would love to read her book, and I know it's going to be emotional and heartwarming. So the second prompt is Sweet Tea. I think it's Sweet Tea. So a book with something sweet on the cover, or something, maybe title. So for that one, I chose A Deadly Inside Scoop by Abby Collette because of the ice cream on the cover. This is I almost said spooky. No. Cozy mystery, and I have never rated a cozy mystery higher than 3 stars, except for Finley Donovan, if we're counting those, which I don't think we are. So yeah, or the other one, Juniper Bean Resorts to Murder. That's not really considered a cozy, but it feels like Finley Donovan to me, and those work for me. But like traditional cozy mysteries, I've just not had the greatest luck with yet, so I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna try this one. I loved these covers. This is a series of at least 3, I think, and I just like the bright ice cream covers with the cute little cat, so this was kind of a cover buy. The next one is Hot as Blue Blazes, a book with a hot setting, and so for that one I picked Indigo Isle by T.I. Lowe. I know this is set in South Carolina, I think an island off of the coast of South Carolina, so I'm assuming it's going to be hot. I do think there's some like hurricane things going on in it, but it's also this like beautiful blue, and it just kept coming to my mind when I said Hot as Blue Blazes. I don't know, isn't that weird? So anyway, I picked this one For that, it's a romance. Have I read Tilo? I have not. I follow her on Instagram and I've like maybe heard her speak on a podcast, I think, and I feel like I already really like her even though I haven't read any of her books. So it is time to read a Tilo book. What's the next one? Heavens to Betsy. Oh my goodness, if I remember all of these without having the prompts in front of me, I'm gonna be so excited. So Heavens to Betsy is a mystery or thriller, and for that one I chose Above the Fire by Michael O'Donnell. This, my goodness, the shiny library covers. This book I have such high hopes for. I chose this book for one of my 12 books to read in 2024, and I chose it because it reminds me of The Silent Woods, which was my favorite book from last year, and just the plot and cover that you can barely see, everything just reminds me of that. So it is about man and his son. I don't know if he's like a teenager son, that's what I want to say, but I don't know if that's true. They go, I think, just like on a vacation to a cabin on a mountain, and then some sort of disaster hits, apocalyptic style, I think. I don't know if it's like a political, I think it might be like unrest. I don't know exactly. I just know that some things are happening and I think they decide to stay in the woods in the mountain. And so I've got really high hopes for this one. I hope it does not disappoint. Okay, the next prompt, I did have to go look, is All the Fixins, a book in multiple genres. And guys, I am very disappointed. I'm sorry, there was something on my book sleeve. I am so sad to say that this is a carryover from April, and it is In This Moment by Gabrielle Meyer. And I am like right here, and it stopped. So let's talk about it. It's not that I don't like it. There comes another cloud. It's not that I am not enjoying it. I don't know what it is. This happened to me with When the Day Comes too. So I'm not gonna let it stop me. I'm not DNFing it. I don't know what's wrong with me when it comes to this book. But I know this happened with When the Day Comes too. Like, I started it and then months later picked it back up and sped through it and finished it and absolutely loved it. 5 stars, wonderful book. I don't know what it is about the start. I don't know if it's just the slow start. I know that with both of them, I tried audio in the beginning and could not do it. I think the different timelines, and this one actually has 3 timelines. So I think that is hard for me for whatever reason, even though I've listened to dual timeline books before. I don't know. I've been kind of having a hard time with audiobooks for a while now, which is hard because it's so much easier to read books on audio just because of time. Anyway, I don't know what to say about this other than I want to read it this month. I know it's going to be good, so I don't know why it's taking so long. You also know, if you watched my last video or know anything about me, that I really struggle with reading series, reading second books in series. I love starting series, I guess. I don't know, I read a lot of first books and I don't read the second. But I don't want that to happen with this because she is such a good author and these stories are so good and unique and I know it's going to be good. I don't want to give up. So there's that. I don't know why this happens. It's not at all that this is not a good book. So I don't know what to say about that. What's the next one? A comfort read. Chicken and Dumplings, I think. A comfort read. So for that one, I don't have that book, but I'm going to be listening to My Phony Valentine by Courtney Walsh. Very excited to finally read a Courtney Walsh. Yeah, this will be my first Courtney Walsh. So I'm really looking forward to that. So many people have loved My Phony Valentine. Like everyone that I've seen read it, I think, has loved it. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay, next one is Hey Y'all, a book with more than one point of view. And for that one, I chose The Good Sister by Sally Hepworth. I'm pretty sure this alternates between the two sisters' point of views, so that's why I'm putting it in this category. Also, I cannot see this book without thinking about Keisha. So many people read it last year and really loved it. I know Oshina read it, I think, last year. Amanda read it last year. Several others. But it's just a Keisha book to me. But she didn't read it last year, so it wasn't on her list. And, you know, I'm like a rule follower, so that's why I picked Misfit Mansion. But this is also heavily inspired by Keisha. Did I say anything about it? Do I know anything about it? Sisters. I don't know if she is considered like suspense. Maybe family drama, I think, Sally Hepworth. I don't think it's like a thriller. So I think there's some interesting things going on with these sisters, maybe from their childhood. And anyway, I'm looking forward to it. Okay, last one is Howdy Partner, a story about family or friendship. And for that one, I'm picking Della and Darby by Susanna B. Lewis. I read one Susanna B. Lewis last year and really loved it, so I would love to read another, and this one is about two sisters, so I thought that was perfect for that prompt. I don't know anything about it. It's just about sisters. So Christian fiction. Faith was great in her last book, so I hope to see that some more in this one. And okay, I think that's it. I think we're good. So it is an ambitious TBR, but I'm feeling pretty good about it. So let me know what you are reading in May. Let me know if you're participating in the Southern Charm Readathon or Boookathon or the Read Along with Krista at Books and Jams. I would love to hear that. If you didn't know about any of those and want to participate, jump right in. Yeah, it's like low pressure, I think, with everyone. Just read a spooky middle grade and it's easy to fit the prompts for the Southern Charm Readathon. It can be any genre. Yeah, so thank you so much for being here. I will see you in my next video.